Republican contender, according to most recent polls, will be in our area tomorrow. Retired neurosurgeon Ben Carson rallies his supporters in Sharonville. Local 12's Jeff Hirsch will be there, and he's also here tonight with us with more on the latest twists and turns in the Republican presidential battle. Jeff?
Well, Rob, as we both know, there are two roads you can take in politics, the high road and the low road. And so far, regarding the low road for a couple of candidates on a couple of issues, it does not seem to be hurting too much, for now anyway.
Donald Trump insults the entire country.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best.
Ben Carson does Trump one better, insulting an entire religion.
I would not advocate that we put a Muslim in charge of this nation. I absolutely would not agree with that.
And yet, at least for now, nothing happens. In fact, quite the contrary. Trump remains on top of the latest Republican presidential poll from CNN, and Carson is in third. So, how is it possible to make ethnic or religious slurs and not suffer in a presidential popularity poll?
Donald Trump is kind of, I think, creating a new form of a new political tactic, I guess, which is to never say you're sorry. You know, to apologize is to show weakness, and instead what you get is candidates doubling down, and that works to a certain extent. The danger for statements like Carson's and Trump's general attitude, I think, more than necessarily any particular thing, is that it sends a bad message to lots and lots of potential voters, not necessarily in the primary, but in the general election.
Actually, one of Donald Trump's comments has backfired. His statement about Carly Fiorina's looks gave her the chance to verbally fight back in last week's debate.
I think women all over this country heard very clearly what Mr. Trump said.
And that helped Fiorina move into second place in the most recent poll, but still behind Donald Trump.
Now, as for Ohio Governor John Kasich, who is running as a higher road moderate Republican, Kasich's in ninth in the latest poll, but Kasich is biding his time and counting on doing well in the New Hampshire primary, the first primary that's in February, a long way off. He's doing quite well in the polls in New Hampshire right now. If he wins, Rob, or comes in, well in New Hampshire, that's very good for him. If he tanks in New Hampshire, it's probably over.
Yeah. We'll know soon.
Absolutely.
With respect to the other side, the Democratic side, the Vice President Biden, he's talking about getting in, but he just doesn't pull the trigger.
You know, Professor Mariani, and I'm going to use my own word, says that the Vice President is biding his time, but he expects him to get in. He does expect, but yes, he does.
I'll be darned.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
It sure will. Thanks very much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
We will stream the Carson rally tomorrow morning, where Jeff will be live on local12.com. Jeff's going to lead our coverage beginning at noon here on Local 12 News.